welcome back to my channel. It's Monica. So today I'm doing an entire face of YESSTYLE Korean makeup. Pretty much there are a couple of products missing here and there that I just couldn't find on the website. I was super excited about this video and it took me about a month and a half to get the products, especially because of the coronavirus, but I did do my face. And if you want to see how the products applied, then just go ahead and keep watching. Alright, so I have my lotion and SPF on. I actually did order a sunscreen from YESSTYLE, but to ensure that I knew if anything was breaking me out, I didn't want to put a sunscreen on that I didn't know how it worked with my skin and then use other products that didn't know how to work with my skin because my skin is really sensitive to SPF, so I used one that I know does not break me out, the Elta MD, and then I used CeraVe face lotion. So I have my bag of goodies here and I am super excited to jump in. Of course, the first thing I'm going to be using is eyeliner, and the eyeliner I picked up is the Moni waterproof pen liner. I did get it in the shade Deep Black because they had a bunch of like really different shades. This is the McQueen New York. Ooh, it is a brush tip. It's a really tiny brush tip. You didn't see that because the door's behind me. It's a really tiny brush tip. And I'm just gonna start applying it and let's see how this goes. So far, it's really reminding me of my Maybelline eyeliner I really like, which is good. This is starting off well. All right, yeah, I really like the way that looks. It is very black, easy to apply. I love the brush tip. That's my favorite way to apply. I've talked about that before. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on this side. I really like the way this looks. It's very black. It's the exact applicator that I like. So far, so good. It's supposed to be waterproof, so I don't know how I'm gonna test that. Next, I have this mascara, the Heroin Make Speedy Mascara. I don't know, this is the weirdest. Is this the brush? All right, I did not know the brush looked like this. Let me show you more professional. It's very weird. It doesn't even have bristles on one side. Well, all right, let's see how this goes. Oh boy. What is this? Is this mascara? Oh, I'm so stupid. What? This is so cool though. This is mascara remover. Well, that explains. I did not know this was mascara remover. Yeah, Heroin Makes Speedy Mascara Remover. Well, then I don't have a mascara. Whoopsies. So I'm gonna go remove this from my eyelashes and apply my regular mascara. And then later on when I'm taking off my makeup, I'll try this out and we will see how it works because obviously I did not know this was mascara remover. I just saw Make Speedy Mascara. So I thought maybe it would just be really fast to put on your mascara. Well, that explains this little thing. All right, so I'm gonna go throw in some other mascara and then we will try this at the end of the day. So I have my mascara on. Sorry about that, guys. I actually didn't notice that when I opened the package either. And it's got like this very flowy font and I didn't notice that it said remover after it. So, blonde moment, my bad. In the future, I will order another mascara from YESSTYLE. I would have waited to do this video and like just started it over later, but it took me a month and a half to get this package and I wanted to share finds with you guys and like share you what I got. Oh yeah, I'll just keep you posted on that and we're gonna try the mascara remover later in the day. But now it is time for eyeshadow and I actually did get a potted concealer to use. I hate that they put the barcode right on the front of that. Takes away from the aesthetic. But I did get a potted concealer to try to use as like eye primer. I thought that would be kind of a good thing to do because they didn't actually have any eye primers. So I just got a skin tone one and it looks a lot like the Makeup Revolution one that I use in Core. So let's just try it out and see if maybe I can make this work. It actually applies very similarly to the Makeup Revolution one. It's a little bit slippery when you're going to put it in here, but it actually kind of feels like clay or something when you're putting it on your eye, which is kind of how the Makeup Revolution one feels. Oh, I like that so far. Like, it's not super slippy or anything when it gets on your eye. It is a little bit of a dark color, but that is fine. I just chose something to cover up my veiny eyelids. I do like the texture of that. So if this ends up working, I'll definitely be using this again like this. It's really going on there very easily. Like, this isn't taking me much time at all. I really like the way that looks. Very smoothing. It doesn't really catch on to any dry patches. My skin's going through a weird moment right now where it's kind of dry, which is always fun, you know. So I am gonna set that with my single shadow in Brulee from Wet n Wild because the palette I got does not have a skin tone shade, and I do like to set it instead of going on directly to a tacky finish. So I'm just gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna hop into the eyeshadow. So I really like the way that looks. Very smoothing, neutralized everything, and ready to go into eyeshadow. So I have two different eyeshadow products here. I have a little bitty palette, it's a quad, and then I have a liquid eyeshadow that we're gonna try out. Very basic. I got the eyeshadow palette in Falling in Brown. That's the color scheme. I know we are all surprised that I went with something neutral. I wish they wouldn't put all these barcodes on the front, but that's okay. This is what it looks like with the cover on, and then this is what it looks like without. Very Monica. Very neutral. I like the packaging. It's quite thick plastic. These two are mattes and these two are more shimmery. This one's definitely the most shimmery. It's like a rose gold, which I love. So I'm gonna take my Moda brush. It's a smudger brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here just to kind of blend it on the crease so I can utilize that shade. This might not show up a ton because it is very light, but I did want to use it. It does seem to be showing up a little bit, which I really like because then I can like kind of just like on boring days, just throw this in my crease and be like, I tried a little bit. It's nice, just like a nice little starter shade. You can't really see it too much, but enough to where it added some dimension, which I like. None of these have shade names, just so you know, but I'm gonna go into this like nice little warm brown right here. It's like a camel color. Just take the same brush and we're gonna go right like I normally do. So a little bit on the outside. Oh, that looks nice. I like that color. It's really pigmented and so far not patchy at all. This would be a great palette to travel with because it's pretty much got everything you need just in this one little area right here, because I don't know about you, but when I travel, I don't usually do colorful looks. I don't really do colorful looks in general, so that's not shocking. I'm gonna take this Real Techniques brush now and just kind of blend it, so that way it's a little bit more toned down. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I love to have like that watercolor effect. These shadows are very pigmented, blendable. I'm not having to work too hard, which is totally good with me. I'm gonna go back into that camel color shade and just kind of, you know, put just a little bit more on. It looks really nice. I like the way that's looking. So I'm trying to figure out if I wanna go into this shade. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm going to go into the liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade number 3, Honey Ginger. And these looked pretty promising. I just think that's such a beautiful color. And if I want to, I'll layer some of this on top of this and we'll see. But let's just see what we have going on here. Ooh, the formula of this is reminding me of the L'Oreal ones I talked about. My last vlog, I talked about these L'Oreal eye shimmers that I really like, and that's a lot like what this texture is. Not super shimmery and liquidy, which I love. Sometimes I just want a little hit of shimmer. Ooh, that is beautiful. It's like a champagne-y rose gold. I love it. Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. So I'm gonna do another layer. The one reason I really love liquid eyeshadows is because they don't really take away from the blackness of your eyeliner, and that's the one thing that I have to complain about with regular, just powder eyeshadows that are shimmery. And these just, like, I feel like they just stay longer too. But sometimes good ones are few and far between. I just finished with the liquid eyeshadow. I really like it. One thing I will say, it does remind me of the L'Oreal one, but it dries a lot quicker, so you need to work a little bit faster because it's harder to layer, but it looks super good. I'm gonna go in a little bit to this shade right here on top of it, just so I can kind of try as many shades as I can out of this. I'm not gonna try this dark brown one because I really don't know how I would use it right now, but I'm just gonna take this one on my finger and lay it down on top of this shade. Oh, it matches very nicely to that shade. It's kind of accentuating it. It's like a pretty rose gold coppery look. So here's the final look. I'm really loving the way this is looking. I like how I have a mirror over here now, and I'm still using this mirror because I need to get as close to my face as possible. But yeah, the eyeshadow is looking really good. I did think of a way to maybe use this bottom brownish shimmery shade. It's not as shimmery as this one up here, so I'm thinking I could kind of like put it on the lower lash line very lightly because I don't really like super dark shadows, but I do want to try to use all of these if I can because I want to give you guys a solid opinion on it, especially since it is a smaller quad, not like a whole palette. So far, so good though. The liquid, like I said, dries really quickly, but is beautiful. I love it. I cannot wait to use it again. So far, so good. Now, of course, it is time for face products. I'm actually really excited about this because I've heard a lot about the face products I have here. I'm using the brand Innisfree for 2 products, and I love Innisfree. I really like a mask by them and a couple of other things I've used in the past. So I'm really excited. Of course, first thing we're gonna try out is primer. So I have the Innisfree No Sebum Blur Primer, and it is, I'm guessing, supposed to kind of fill in your pores. I'm super excited about it. This is what it looks like. Kind of reminds me of the e.l.f. packaging of that primer I talked about at the very beginning of my channel. Oh my, very thick. Probably won't need a whole lot of this. It's very smoothing feeling. I feel like this is going to make me look very blurred. I hope so. I haven't worn makeup in a few days, so let's try to make it look as good as possible. I'm only gonna put this on like the center of my face like I do with the e.l.f. Putty Primer because it is blurring and I really don't need any blurring outside of my T-zone. Wow, that's really mattifying me. It is very, very smoothing feeling. I like it. Yeah, that is really blurring. Kind of just like made my pores disappear. I wish that they would disappear permanently. That was like a really bad joke. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm gonna let it sit on my face for about a minute to see if it sets down or anything. I mean, it's not tacky or anything. I just wanna make sure that I don't go in too fast and then my foundation like slips everywhere because it is very silicone-y feeling and very like blurring feeling, which is exactly what it says it's supposed to do. So it's been sitting on my face for about a minute and I think I'm about ready to go into foundation. I picked up the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation. I just realized that this has SPF in it. It has 42, so I also have 42 on my face already. Hopefully this won't break me out because I am very sensitive to SPF, but I heard a lot of good things about this foundation. I'm hoping it'll match because I'm a slightly tanner than normal because of my Memorial Day extravaganza. I was laying outside a lot. But I got it in the shade number 3, Neutral Vanilla. Gosh, this is the prettiest packaging. This is reminding me of the Shein packaging. Hard glass, beautiful, beautiful packaging. I love the pump. And yeah, it has, a little extra than a normal foundation does in it. It has 1.05 ounces, not just 1 ounce. So that's awesome. And I'm just gonna take it on my Bath & Body Works and just start dispersing this on there, and let's see what we have going on. It is a little light-ish for me right now, but I'm just gonna go in with my own bronzer because I don't think I have any bronzer. I couldn't find any. It is very similar to consistency to the L'Oreal Fresh Wear, which, you know, that's good news. I'm gonna kind of smooth it over my palette so I can get it evenly dispersed on my Blendiful. I will just say, recently I did do my makeup with a brush and sponge like I used to, and I really do like the Blendiful more. I have realized that now that I know how to use the Blendiful, because I've used it so much, I am able to do my makeup quicker with the Blendiful. So maybe once you get a hang of it, it really does go quicker with this baby. Now I'm going to put it on, clean part of it, and let's just see. It has a bit of a scent, not super exciting, but the L'Oreal Freshwear does, and that one doesn't make me break out or anything, so it's not like a guarantee it'll make me break out. It's going on pretty nicely so far. I hope I don't have another Amazon fiasco where it literally turned orange. If you haven't seen the full face of Amazon makeup video, you definitely need to go check it out because it's just entertaining. Like, it's entertaining, but it was really bad. It has some good coverage. I would definitely say it's high medium right now. And I'm just kind of smoothing it on my face. I'm gonna go in on this side now. And in case you're wondering why I choose to use the Blendiful with like these reviews and like full faces, it's because this is really how I do my makeup every day. I don't do my makeup with a brush or a sponge anymore, except for like I use a sponge for concealer. And I want to give it a fair shot, and that way you guys know if I actually like it, and not just me using a brush and sponge because that's popular. You know, I really am trying to give you my totally honest opinion. This shade is a little bit light, not for my neck, for my arms. So we will bronze it up in a little bit, but so far I really like the way this is covering. It's a nice texture. It's kind of reminding me of like, it's like super wide up here, of like a hybrid between the L'Oreal Freshwear and the Shein one I tried, which is comparable to the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Oh, you can see I got burned on my scalp. That's hilarious. I'll try to smooth that back to my scalp so it doesn't look so funny. This is definitely a little bit white, a little bit lighter than I am now, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I didn't realize how burned I got on my forehead, on the top of my head. I mean, like, it hurts now that I'm like pressing down on it. I ordered this foundation when I like had my winter skin, and it's actually a decent shade match for my neck, but my arms are always darker than the rest of my body. So I'm definitely gonna have to even this out with some bronzer and stuff. Oh my gosh, my hairline. I'm gonna work on that. But in terms of the foundation, I like it. It doesn't layer very well. It almost looks just like a little bit cakey. My forehead right here is not looking so hot. So I am gonna try to fix my hairline. I mean, like, really my hair stops up here, but I'm trying to make it look not crazy. I'm gonna wear my hair down, that might help. But I am going to show you later a clip in natural lighting, and maybe you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's like separating really bad too. It just looks really dry. Like, the coverage is nice, but I don't know about with my skin type, because I really do have combination skin. It's not oily, it just really is true combination skin. And it's just like, it's not layering very well. There's like pieces on my nose, I don't even know if you can tell, that are like where my actual skin is showing because I can't get it to layer. So it's not my favorite. Of course, I'm gonna see how it wears, and I'm not gonna take away from these, like, the skin tone match. That's not its fault. I'm not gonna really hold that against it. I'm gonna try to fix up here though, because this looks interesting. Just kind of look dry. So I think maybe this would be more ideal if you have more oily skin, but let's just move on. And I'm going to go to concealer, and the concealer looks darker than my foundation. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, I will show you later how this looks in natural lighting, because the camera makes this look way better. Let's take my Uni, I think, or Uni full cover tip concealer. It looks like this. I'm really hoping it's not that much darker. It's kind of yellowy. It has just a pretty traditional, oh my gosh, that is darker than my foundation by like a lot. Like, that's like the color of my arm. This is interesting. So I'm just gonna go in with this and try to fix this. My powder I'm using in front of my eyes, I'm pretty sure is like super light. I couldn't find any face powder, so I'm gonna, oh my gosh. Hey, maybe I should put this concealer all over my face. It actually is like fixing the texture, and it's like improving the color. I like the way that applied under my makeup. It actually was really quick and easy to blend. definitely too dark. I like the texture. I like the way it makes my under eyes look. It's got some decent coverage. Probably gonna have to get some of my own concealer I use to try to lighten it so it doesn't look so funny, because it's definitely dark under there. Gosh, I feel like this foundation keeps looking worse and worse by the minute. Yeah, I like the way that concealer looks. It's actually almost bringing some light back under my under eyes, but you can see how dark it is. So I am gonna go get some of my own concealer, like the Flower Beauty one or something like that, and then just try to lighten it up. Maybe I can like go down my nose a little bit and try to fix this foundation situation, because it is patchy. It looks really bad. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. I did lighten it up with that concealer. I had to run and go get it, and actually while I was going to get my regular concealer, this concealer didn't crease at all, so that's good to know. I'm gonna have to keep you posted and use it with like, you know, a different color foundation since this one's so light and this concealer is so dark. And just kind of show you, I did fix the nose situation a little bit with my Flower Beauty concealer. The forehead situation is just like gross looking. Like my cheeks aren't horrible, and so I don't know, we're just gonna have to see because it just looks kind of dry. But I did pick up a blur powder. This was the only powder I could find. I couldn't find a setting powder, but this is the Innisfree blurry powder. It's like completely white, so I need obviously to get a little bit more white. So I'm glad that we grabbed this. This is what this looks like. It has a little thing, and I'm gonna dip into it. Whew, that's very powdery, but it looks pretty finely milled. And just go under my eye and try to set everything, and like in all like my smile lines and all that good stuff. What is going on? Is this darkening it? I don't understand how that can happen, because it's like pure white. Let's take a completely different side of the sponge. It's almost like darkening it. I mean, it's completely blurring it, but it almost, see, like it looks dark. What? This is so finely milled. Like it's like my face. Look at it though, it's darkening. What is going on? I'm like gonna have to put highlighter or something on after. It does make me look like I don't have any pores, but it looks like it's darkening my foundation, which I don't understand, because literally, did you just see that? It's white. I also just dumped it all over my desk. It's got like this sawdust smell. Look, it like darkens it or something. That is so weird. So I don't know about that. I'm gonna let that sit there for a sec. It does make me look really poreless. Maybe it'll help this foundation. While I'm waiting for that to set, I guess I will go in with some eyebrow products. I've got two here, and they are both in the shade light brown and brown, so I'm a little scared. I'm gonna have to go in super light-handed because they didn't have any blonde shades at all. This tip looks like it broke or something. Let's see. Has a little spoolie. That's a huge spoolie. Go in very light-handed. This is hard to work with. That shade's not going to work. That is red. It's like red-brown. Yeah, red-brown. I'm only doing this side to even it out. I'm actually gonna go get my CoverGirl eyebrow pencil and try to salvage the situation, because in person it's literally like red, like really, really red. So I'm gonna try to fix this, because I actually do have places to go today and I don't look like a ding dong. So I guess the eyebrows will just have to do for now. Face part is not going the way I thought it was going to. I really thought I was gonna like the face products the most, and so far the eyes are definitely winning. So I'm gonna take this and brush off that Innisfree powder. It's very smoothing, but it really did darken my face. Like I was looking in my bathroom mirror and it just, oh man, was not good. Golly, this is not looking very hot. It looks like I bronzed the center of my face. Not as bad as the Amazon one. I am gonna try to get through this today and do a full wear test. So I am gonna go in with my own powder. I feel like I keep having to implement my own products in this, and it's not the point. Oh my gosh, I'm looking in the other mirror and it looks crazy. So let's see if I can like try to even this out or something. Man, I don't know. Oh my gosh, like my face in real life looks ridiculous. I mean, it looks bad on camera, but not nearly as bad as it does in person, because it is dark, 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 light. I put bronzer on and there's darkness. I was hoping that maybe I could salvage this. I mean, I'm still gonna try to wear it. I'm a little annoyed right now. It's just not performing the way I was hoping, and I'm just really not impressed with the face stuff. And my bronzer kind of went on patchy at first too, and it's the Milani bronzer, and I've been using this for a good amount of time, and it is just not impressing me. It is like, in person, looking at the mirror over here, it's like orange, bronze, really random like skin tone strip right through here. So I'm not really liking it so far on the face. It's just not going very well. I mean, I do like the concealer. This is just really strange. I think that maybe you really do need to have oily skin for that to work. The eyebrow stuff, not great. I am about to use this Skinny Brown mascara that I got from Innisfree, but it's also in the shade brown, and I just don't know how this is gonna go. So let's just go ahead and see. I'm gonna brush it up with a spoolie. Let's use this one from the brow pencil I don't like. Not only because of the color, but it just was really hard to work with and would just get stuck in really random areas. So I'm just gonna like hope for the best and go in lightly. Oh man. Like, why don't you have shades for blondes? Because it just turned my eyebrows red. Oh man, that looks so bad. I haven't worn makeup in like 5 days, so this is a really great way to get back into it, you know? Anyway, let's go back to the eye stuff, because that seems to work for me. I'm gonna go into this little brown shade right here with my e.l.f. flat top and just go with it under my eyes very lightly. Maybe if I distract the focus from my face and just get you guys to focus on my eyes, it'll be better. It does look pretty good, and it really does draw the attention away from the patchiness of my face. I think that looks really good, actually. So since everything has gone so well for me so far, it's time for lips, and I'm really hoping that this is gonna help redeem it, at least with the formula, because these all had really good reviews. I have a lip liner here and 2 lipsticks. I don't know if I'm gonna use both lipsticks, but this one is looking very happy to me. And then the lip liner is a little bit darker. So let's just go ahead and start with this. By the way, this is the Soft Touch Auto Lip Liner by Etude House, but the foundation was from Etude House, and I don't like that. So hopefully I like this. Not exactly the color I thought it was. It looks like it's gonna be clay, but it's almost like pinky. Weird. I like the feeling of it, not as much as I like my Rimmel one and Milani one, and then the one from the Amazon video. It's definitely not this color, which I was kind of hoping it would be because it's awfully pink looking on here. I'm not a big pink lipstick person, but that's okay. I'm gonna go into this lipstick right here, which is the Mood Recipe 2 Matte Lip Color. This is in the shade 219 Brilliant. I like the packaging. It's reminding me of the Huda Beauty lipsticks that I've actually wanted to try, and let's just see what happens. This is a bit of a dry formula, but it's not like super dry or anything like that. I mean, it does kind of go with my eye look. It's got a little bit of a tug. Not too bad though. I like that color. It's all right. It's not really my cup of tea, but I do like the formula. I might get a different color. A bit dry, but it does feel like it's gonna last a while, so we will see about that. I'm gonna go take down my hair and maybe try to salvage my eyebrows a little bit, and then come back and show you the final look and do a product rundown. So I tried to salvage my eyebrows. I think I did an okay job. They're a little bit darker than I would like to wear them, but you know what? Not every day is a good makeup day. So let's do a quick rundown. I feel like my hairline looks okay from the foundation fiasco. Beginning with the eyeliner, I loved the eyeliner a lot. It just really reminded me of the Maybelline one that I'm in love with right now, so I really like it, and I like that it has a brush tip, it's really black, it's super easy to use, doesn't take much time at all, and that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Next, because we don't have mascara because I'm a dummy, the potted concealer I really liked for eye primer. I'm gonna try it as regular concealer. I don't usually use potted concealer, but I do think that like for a light makeup day, it would look good like under, just to kind of cancel out any darkness you got going on there. But I really like the consistency of it. I like the feeling. Just think it did a really good job. The eyeshadows were awesome. I loved all of these shades. This one looks really good on the lower lash line. This one I loved, the little liquid one was super great. Just keep in mind, like I've already said like 5 times, it does dry very quickly, so you gotta work with it. Primer, I liked this. I will have to test it out some more. So far, I think it did what it said it was going to do. Foundation, and that's when everything took a turn. I think that you need to have oily skin for this to work. It's just, it just clings to every dry patch you may have. Now that everything's on, it looks better. I did put some highlighter to kind of take away the dry look on some certain areas, and it did help, but this, with the powder situation, was just not good. I didn't like this very much so far, but we will see how it wears. I think it might be a good option for those of you who do have more oily skin than I do. So the concealer, aside from the fact that it was way darker than the foundation, which was interesting, I do like it. I don't think it creased very much. It was hydrating, which I liked. It wasn't a dry formula because I don't like dry concealers. I would rather them be more hydrating because I don't mind setting them with powder because I already set my under eyes anyway. So that one was good. And then the Innisfree Pore Blur Powder, like it seemed to actually turn my foundation and concealer where I set it orangish, like it almost like made it darker. See it in certain lighting. So wasn't the biggest fan of that. It smelled like sawdust. You know what that smells like. The eyebrow pencil was not my favorite, mainly because of the color, which I'm not gonna blame it for or anything like that, but the formula was really strange and super hard to work with. So I just didn't like it. I don't like the tip of it. It's too big. I need it to be smaller. I like a more precise point than that. The eyebrow mascara, like I like the wand a lot. I love how tiny that is, but it is definitely for those of you with brown hair. So if you have blonde hair like me, I would pass because it's definitely not the right undertone or anything like that. The lipstick, I tried this one over the other one while off camera, and because it's very similar in color, and it's pretty similar to the other one in the way it applied, how it feels. So yeah, I like the formula. Not the biggest fan of the color, especially since the color is not something I would normally wear. Lip liner, it was okay. It was just kind of like strange, and it wasn't true to color based on what the cap says it is. So I wasn't like the hugest fan of that part. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a clip in natural lighting, show you that, and then do check-ins throughout the day and kind of show you what the deal spiel is. So yeah, I will see you guys in just a sec. All right, so I'm outside now, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm trying, but my eyes are darker, and right here is a little bit darker. Thomas noticed that too. He said it looks just a little bit darker, but he's seen worse, so I guess that's nice. But yeah, it's just like I did have to put on like some highlighter to make it look a little bit better. It just looks like a shade or a half a shade darker, if you can kind of see that. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So there's check-in number 1. There's Mackie. So it is 6:08, and I finished my makeup at 1:05. So it's been 5 hours. The foundation's doing okay. It's cracking in some areas, not too bad. I ate, so my lipstick is literally all over the place, and the lip liner really doesn't hold it in, as you can see. I don't mind the way it looks now. I don't like what it took to get there, so I'm still kind of, I've got like a bad taste in my mouth from the foundation, all that kind of stuff. I do like the eye makeup. The eyebrows are just a little bit too much for me right now, but I like everything else. And so yeah, that's pretty much it, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. So it is the end of the night, and this is my final check-in. Sorry I didn't do more check-ins, lost track of time. But it is 10:01 right now. So my makeup has been on for about 9 hours, and it hasn't looked bad throughout the day. It's just not my favorite. The eyebrow is not my favorite, but the eyeshadow did stay. I have a piece of mascara. The eyeshadow did stay, and so I did really like that, and the concealer that I used for it, and the eyeliner and all that good stuff. So overall, I do think this was a success, but now I am going to use my mascara remover and see if this is going to take off my mascara. So let's check it out. All right, so I have this, and let's just see. Oh my gosh, it's in my eye. Is this doing anything? It's just making my lashes look really weird, and it's kind of making my eyes burn. So it grouped my lashes together. Let me get like a cotton round and see if I can like pull it off. Ugh. I don't know if this is doing anything. It's just kind of making them really gloopy. It's taking some off, but like, oh my gosh, it's stinging. It's burning. It's like burning in my eye. So I don't really think this works very well. But it's a nice concept, I guess. Yeah, I would pass on that. So if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell down below, and consider subscribing if you aren't already. I hope you guys like these kind of videos because I have a lot more coming your way in the future. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!